Welcome to another night of F3A. Tonight, thanks to RaceKraft Simulations, we are round number 3. Tonight live from Texas Motor Speedway here. Get set for some action tonight with the silver and then the gold, not too far after that. You're live on Race Stars TV. Say good day in the chat. Let's get involved tonight for a big one. Motor racing at its best. We're down to qualifying now as the track is still busy with cars in this silver session, and Joey Capone at the moment heads the times in a 1 minute 12.0, so a nice fast lap around this circuit. We'll put a track map up for a moment so you can just have a look at how it looks tonight with the infield and of course the outer dome, much of it in use with some slipstreaming on offer, a lot of flat out racing to be had. Couple of drivers tonight giving us full access to their web streams and or their driver cams, Race Stars TV race cams we like to call them. Let's jump on board quickly with Mickey, who's been a crowd favourite, doing a fantastic job over the last few weeks. Tonight back in silver, they're sure to do an incredible effort once again and possibly pre-qualify for that gold. So Mickey P7 as Oscar goes to the top of the times. You're going to see a bit of that, I reckon, tonight. Side-by-side action around the embankments here, and who can keep their nerve? You can hear the cars dragging low, dragging along the floor, and no doubt it'll trick the drivers up. Doesn't look like the entry to the infield is as abrupt as we saw in the first round of the Kansas. Much more of a nice, clear run tonight. Let's get rid of that music. Let's jump into some other action here with 3 minutes to go. So Mickey doing a good job at this stage. We have got Oscar in P1. Joe's in the pits now. James Rawalt currently third out on the track for Pace Syndicate. Another beautiful livery. I always mentioned how much I love this one. He's gone purple Sector 1, Sector 2 and Sector 3 currently yellow. And Damien Cairns putting on a good show tonight as well, although he's just done a practice start there. I thought he'd stop for a moment, but he's doing a quick practice start. Another driver to have the Race Stars TV camera on board and showing him in the room there, getting set for some intense driving tonight. 35-minute race straight up for the silvers, and then we of course go across to gold for the big one. Shout out to Dave Roberts tonight, not feeling 100%. He's in hospital, I've heard, so shout out. Hopefully things are on the mend, mate. We miss you, and an integral part of this series. And joined me in the commentary box last week, which was lovely to have an extra voice to help me through the night. 14th for Neil McVeigh at the moment. Justin Quinn's 18th. They're still out on the racetrack. Ben Arthur, who's been out there sporting a nice livery tonight, 16th. 7/10ths off the pace. Johnny Baldwin as well, P9 inside the top 10. He's looking up there and got a car off the track. It is Mickey. Bruce Barnes, 25th. I'm just going to rattle through a few more of these names with a minute to go. Brant Johnson, Sandgroper Sim Racing, currently down in 26th. There's still got time to set one more lap, and James is the man. James DeMann is out there right now, 33rd place. We'll want to try and just squeeze one more fast lap in possible. And P last at the moment, 34th place, is Daniel Sheriffs, running at 34th as Guy Leach puts in a purple sector. Where's Guy go? Up into 4th, so nice lap there for Leach with a good slipstream as well. Goes P4. Oscar, well, his third has gone. P1. Oh, and a bit of contact there at the end of that quali session as well, so is there a bit of a sorry there? I'm not sure. He's knocked the front off the car and he's taken a few cones with him now. So it's almost time to go racing. It looks like we're going to hit the end of quali now. Just seeing if any drivers are finishing a fast lap. I'm not seeing any purple sectors pop up on my screen, so I'm pretty sure we're going to sit where we are with 15 seconds to go. Let's take you down to the grid. Joey from RaceKraft. He has put himself P3 tonight. There he is, just getting himself set, ready to race. And nice job here, one of the RaceKraft drivers to get in the mix tonight. P3 on the grid will start second row. Being allowed to finish their quali laps by the looks of things tonight. Tim Fuge, 25th place. Also doing a couple of practice starts. So yeah, we'll be back with you shortly with the results and we'll go down to the grid. Hey Jack, welcome tonight. First person on the chat tonight tuning in. So yeah, I'm ready for this one. Should be good. As is always, F3A. A ripper track tonight too. Oh, we just missed that one. Mickey gave us a little bit of a hello. Give us an hello again. P8 on the grid for Mickey tonight. Limbering up, getting ready for action. Supreme athlete. Righto. Take you down to the grid now and get set to go, right? Take down to the grid now for the silver race tonight. This is how they will line up on the grid as Rurik Hoystra starts to give a little bit of a driver's briefing to the drivers. Oscar will start from P1 with James alongside Joey Capone and Guy Leach round at the second row. Damien Cairns will start with Jacob Mabry out of P6. Then it's Tara and Ribok down there in 8th place. Baldwin and McLaughlin round at the top 10. Hudson will start from 11th tonight with Lockie Taylor out of P12. 13th on the grid, Jason Madden with Quinn down there in 14th place, and it's Hanley and Schmellenberg down in 16th. Arthur will start from 17th with Neil V out of 18th place. It's Nins and Walls to round out your top 20. 21st on the grid, Johnson with Kevin Little next to him out of 22nd. There's Atkinson. Johansson will start from 24th on the grid tonight. 25th is Tim Fuge with Barnesy next door. Then it's Lachlan and Burt, out of 28th place. Gardner and Leslie rounds out your top 30. James There's Brumble, starts out at 31st with Greentree. Johnny Lee from 33rd, and Sheriffs at the back locking Capel in race control. Hopefully not needed tonight. Let's get set for this one, and good luck to all our competitors. We head down and we start to wait for the green. There was a 3-minute, I think, count last night. You can see your pole sitter there. Oscar getting set to go. We've got a little drone camera set up down there as well, giving us a nice little view of the getaway. We might stay on this shot for the get-go tonight, just to see how quick Oscar can get off the line here. Can he get this hooked up? We'll watch for that evidence of the cars sliding down the circuit as they get some wheel spin, which can really hurt them. You've got to make sure you try and slip away on these bank circuits without any wheel spin at all, just to try and get a nice positive start. Get yourself into second gear. Don't risk that big mistake that we saw a couple of weeks ago where someone lit up the rear tyres.
I just noticed on the stream that I don't have my team name.
And then it was all over. So
look at that later.
Someone saying they don't have the name on the stream. Well, you got to put your name into the SDK. We'll sort that out at another time. Let's get set to go green though. Wait for the start. Oscar gets away well. So did Damien Cairns. Ripper start from the third row. Already gets himself up into 4th place as we head down towards the first turn in. Turn 1. So far so good. James Rourke goes around the outside. McLaughlin challenging back further with Taylor as well, but the top few drivers, so far so good. We head into the first corner. Someone's gone very deep in there, overcooked it. It was Joe Terra, I think, who went straight on. Oh, we got a car backwards as well. That's McLaughlin facing the wrong way. Puff of smoke out the back of Oscar as he snatches the brake into the infield now. Damien Cairns got the perfect getaway, sitting currently in P3, made up 2 positions, a lot of that off the back of that ripper start, and now already chasing down Joe Capone. So mega start there, and the race leader's gone wide. We're just on the onboard here with Damien Cairns, and the race leader has just bowled a wide down there in the middle, in the midfield, and goes back to P3, possibly P4. Mickey having a shot around the outside too, so it's all on in these opening stages between the top drivers in this silver session. Damien giving us a wave on the camera. You guys missed it, but Joey Capone for RaceKraft Simulators now out in front and on his way. Look of concentration on his face. Well, so it would be. He is absolutely got Damien Cairns starting to close in and attempt a move or two. Here he goes to the outside. You'll see Joe probably hold that inside line, try and keep it tight. And hard on the brakes we go. Mickey up into P3, down the inside, good overtake. Challenging back from Oscar though. We'll get the inside and a run back shortly. So it's, oh, spinner. Oh, and Roebuck unfortunately gets caught up in that one. And, oh, that's devastating. So we might see a safety car. I'm just trying to see if Oscar got going again. He did. Oscar is up and running. Surely there's some damage on that car. That's 2 little incidents in the opening couple of laps. And John Lee, oh, he's off on the grass, comes back on. We got a big shunt in the background. Huge shunt in the background. And, oh, that's Lockie Taylor in all sorts down there. Front missing off the car. That will be a safety car, no doubt here. Listening in for race control's direction.
Safety car.
There we go. So a full course caution here on lap 2.
Slow down 13, just slow up a bit.
And well, that's going to help a few out. That look at those marks. You can just see how that happened. We'll try and get a replay of the incident here that has seen Lockie Taylor removed from this race. Unfortunately, he won't come back from that. There was quite a bit of contact. Kevin Little had a little bit of an incident as well. We'll try and pinpoint the moment that Taylor went off. I wonder if that was not something to do with the rejoin from Oscar. I'll have a quick look at that now. Here's a replay. And, well, this should tell the story. So he's on the outside there. And does he just lose the back end? Dives down the inside on the number 17. And then just went off and straight into the fence. An awkward incident, that one. Didn't really read too much into it, really. So Lockie made a slight error and has put himself out of this race. So back live now under full course caution.
I was just wondering if you had my call on lap 1, car 187.
And there was a few drivers making calls out to race control for a couple of those incidents at the start of the race. Joey Capone did a great job up 2 spots, and Damien Cairns, think back to that start, that was an absolutely ripper start. Firing it up and making a few places off the line. That was what I was talking about with good traction. If you can hook these cars up, generally you're going to go forwards and make up some very, very quick places, which he did. Mickey drops back to 14th, back into the pack to try and fire it on from there. Don't discount Mickey from getting back into the top 10, especially with the safety cars. Come out perfect after trying to avoid that incident. Almost taken out of this race, and Mickey deserves a second chance on that one, that's for sure. Dropped 6 spots, now has Bent Johansson next up the road, and this restart will be crucial. So the safety car is cleared out, which means we're about to go back to a restart, which we do now. Green light comes back on. Joe Capone gets away very quickly, caught Damien Cairns napping slightly there off the restart. Very nicely done. There they go, 3 wide in the background. That's out. Oh, is that a crash further back? I thought I saw an incident, and what a getaway though at the front. And it was a Dave Leslie. No, they're all good at the back. I thought I saw smoke. Maybe someone locked up trying to avoid a bit of contact on the straightaway, but 3 wide once again. And Hanley's gone into the wall down there. It's Asher has rejoined. There's another car facing the wrong way. Maybe Jacob Mabry in the background there. It is. Reverses the car off the track, and these F3s, they've got to give him time to come up to the temperature of the tyres. They're losing out big time at the start of this race with a few big accidents now, and very hard to recover once you've dropped back that far in the field. 10 seconds now covers the top 20. And a lot of overtaking to be done. I'm watching Brad Johnson at the moment. Brant Johnson, who is, they're all very pedestrian. I wonder if we're under another full course caution here. Just looking at the speed they're traveling. We'll listen in for race control.
Well, could you have a look at that last lap time on the screen, please?
So John Lee's had a crash. We'll have a quick look at that. I just heard him ask race control to have a look at this one. So this was under caution by the looks of it. And yeah, there was a little bit of contact there, which sent John quite wide. And obviously had to try and recover that. So not sure exactly what was going on there, but we're already under caution at that stage. So our second yellow flag slows proceedings once again.
Safety car just after corner 1.
So it's been a good job so far from Joe, who sits out in the lead. We might try and grab a really quick word if we can just butt in really quickly and without putting too much pressure on you, Joe. How you going, mate? Hello, Chris and everyone else in there in the RaceKraft room. What's going on? Is anyone going to talk to me? Or maybe they can't hear me. There we go. I'll turn the volume up.
Yeah.
Rookie error. My part.
Rookie, mate. Rookie.
I am a rookie.
I thought you knew what you were doing.
Oh, so did I, mate, until I looked over and saw the channel fader down for you guys. How you feeling there, Joey? Leading this one? Looking good, mate?
Yeah, mate. I just got to keep it together and yeah, just keep my cool. Should be all good.
That start was pretty hectic. You've made up a couple of positions and you've kept the nose clean in the car, which is the most important thing, probably.
Yeah, made the most of that turn 1. Both cars going a bit wide. So.
What's the track conditions like, mate? A lot of the guys behind you are not giving it a chance to get those tyres warm. It looks like you're being a little bit more reserved and holding on at the front.
Yeah, look, I'm just controlling the pace a little bit. I'm not trying to overdrive the car because that's how easily you can make a mistake. So if I can keep them behind me and just maintain a comfortable pace, I will, and then I'll push when I need. So and see how we go from there. And
how good is it having such a big group of RaceKraft drivers behind you while you're out there? And you know, it's such a good team, isn't it? All gathered together.
It is, mate. So hopefully I can start the night off with a win, and the Gold boys can get in there and follow suit.
Very good, mate. Well, we're about to go back to green shortly, I think. But Chris, you're standing by and getting set for a big night as well in a little bit.
Yeah, just came home from work, a couple of phone calls out of the way, so take the last 20 minutes or so of practice that I can get and try and get reacquainted with this track.
And you're due a good performance tonight, mate.
Yeah, I hope so. I put in the mandatory kind of hour of running last night to try and pre-qualify at the last minute. We had a busy weekend. We were away all weekend, so and me and Kieran down in Bunbury for the WA kart titles.
Nice.
I got to talk about it all weekend while he got to take home a podium result in his Tag 125 heavy class. So we put in the effort last night. We're going to try and make something happen tonight.
Nice. Well, we'll definitely talk to you. I reckon there'll be a few safety cars tonight, so we tend to head over to your room during safety cars.
Best room.
Yeah. We'll
be talking a lot.
So who else we got in there tonight that's on the mic? We got Alex. We got Trevor as well. Hello, Trevor. Hello, Alex.
Hey, mate.
All set. You boys are excited for tonight?
Yep. Hopefully have a better weekend or better race than last week's, but we'll see what happens.
And you're cheering on Johnny as well. I think he had a little bit of a scuffle before.
Always. He'll be right. He'll come through.
Righto. Well, just looking at here, what's going on with Kevin? Do you know there what he's taken off in front of you?
Is safety car in this lap?
Yeah, I think so. But on my timing screen, it's showing Kevin Little is the leader. So what do you think of that?
Absolute confusion in the commentary box here, mate.
Right, I will let you get back to it. I'm sure Real will be all over it. He might have to pull that car back, I reckon. Righto, boys. Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Speak to you later.
Night.
Cheers. That's the RaceKraft boys. And just looking at the data there, I reckon Kevin Little is having to sit down there and wait because he's overshot for some reason the whole field.
160 is the rest of the lap.
And where is the rest of the field? They should be coming up not too far away. There they are. So they're going to have to go past Kevin,
Everyone, I need you to have your relatives up. I need
who's
you to
parked
put
on
the
the side of the road, and you can just hear Rue in race control. I think it's just pointing out a couple of rookie errors for a few drivers tonight. And Kevin obviously hasn't realised, and he's gone to unlap himself, but he was actually on the lead lap, so he's put himself well ahead of the field, and he's been reprimanded now and told to stand by, which he is. You can just see him on the side of the track back there, and this will just prolong this safety car for another lap now. So he's standing by. He did pit on lap 2, I just noticed. They will have to make a pit stop tonight, these drivers. So another lap of safety car. No beige, says Reese O'Gorman. What's going on tonight? Where's the beige brigade? We'll have to find them. So as this eats into some valuable minutes here for this first silver race, 35 minutes is the time certainty of the race. We don't get a lap amount. We go basically 1 lap plus on that 35-minute mark usually. This time we should get a restart, I would think. The safety car's cleared off into the distance now, so Joey just dropping back a couple of gears, getting set to try and jump away again and try and get a good jump on Cairns, who was pretty impressive, like I said at the start of the race. Also has been impressive off these restarts, so we'll keep an eye on this. Here he goes. So he gets a good jump now. He's called the green, and let's have a look as they come onto the pit straight. Let's see where Cairns is. He's not close enough just yet. So they fly through further back. Too wide in the background with Nins, and how good do they sound at full speed here at this Texas Motor Speedway. Legacy version tonight, so the old version from iRacing, which meant that none of the drivers had to pay for the track, which I think is a good gesture by series organisers. And Damien Cairns really turning on the pressure now. He is trying everything. Let's jump on board with him. On his inside, he's got Rewalt, so he's got to be careful here that he doesn't get tagged. With change Rewalt, he's gone off the track there. He's come back on again, but now he's out of shape and he might be in the wall. He is a big hit in the fence for Cairns, and that is no good at all. Big shunt, and he'll be out of this race as well. And you saw the shoulders drop, the disappointment. The car got loose and into the wall, hands in the air, frustration. And it's not going to drive from there. He's only got one wheel left to drive it. And that is going to be another full course caution, I would say. Try and get that back to the pits, but so unlucky. Damien Cairns, and I think we are full course caution again from the sounds of Rue Coister's voice there. We may see some cars jump into the pits now. And we'll go back and look at a replay on that and see if he was tagged at all. It was a big hit into the fence, and let's have a look now at the replay. I'll have to back it up a bit from there because it's giving me a bit of a bum steer on the replay marker, but let's just take it back. We might slow this down and see where the was there a point of contact, maybe a little bit of netcode. What we'll do is we'll jump on board and have a look. This angle will probably show us the story. So he's well clear of the deadhead car that was alongside Pace Syndicate car, and if we go to the above shot, I think we're going to see him get out onto the outside curb, and that was the start of his mischief, because watch this, he comes back
Everyone
on.
stay left, please. Lap cars may now.
Was there contact here? I don't think so. No, the back end starts to go. Look at that. I just went on him and then he couldn't catch it, which is I always call it an iRacing trait, but yeah, definitely not fun to watch. And out of this race with Damien Cairns. We go to our third full course caution. So
car 662.
there we go.
Check for passing under yellows into turn 1, lap 9.
So a couple or driver there reporting someone passing under yellows. Hazy's there. Say hello, Luke and everyone. Hope you're well, mate. Doing well, thank you. How you doing? Nice to have you watching tonight. My think it's my only night of streaming this week, which, I'm not going to lie to you, that's a good thing. I'm being flat out with work, and as everyone knows, I've cut back streaming to very minimal nights now. Only a couple of series that I have time to do, and this being one of them. We're going to follow this through to the end of the year and reassess the future of Race Stars for 2023. Whether or not I keep doing this is still up in the air, pending time, pending everything else, and pending trying to have a life. This was only ever meant to be a bit of fun during COVID, and what the hell happened after that? We've done 623 broadcasts since, so there's a bit of chit chat. We'll keep it volume down at the moment. It's all in good faith, I think. Just drivers trying to sort out what happened under yellows there. It's sometimes a little bit hard to know when the yellow is called, and maybe you back off a little bit late and you go past someone. It's best to redress that position. Miss your series as well, Hazy. Miss you guys. Miss all the laughter that we had as well. Good times, definitely. And you just see those lap times popping out there. 2.5 minutes. It's a long old lap. Sure says COVID has been downplayed, but it is still with us. Yes, it is. I think it's still the same as it was during the height of the pandemic. I don't know what the difference is, but anyway, I'm not getting into that. It's that's another whole kettle of fish. All I know is the day job never stops. That's what puts pays the bills for many people. Plenty of work around. That's one little thing that is resounding through different stories I'm hearing from people is just cannot get enough workers to fill positions at the moment, hence why people like me are having to do the job, not of management, but also of management and workers, creating very long days. So, which is a good thing. This country is in a good employment position, but it is tough for some small businesses at the moment. It's very tough. So 18 minutes in out of 35 minutes. We're under caution again. We'll have to at some point flick over. Oh, Christopher Mitchell with some stars. I did not even see that Facebook had some messages. There was no one there before, and now a couple of people. Christine Cairns, hello. Hello to Matty Sly as well. Hello, brother. How are you, mate? And who else is there? All right, we're back at green flag racing at last. Latifi, says Spike Goddard. There's a few Latifis out there tonight. Right, we're back underway. Good restart. Joey Capone once again takes off into the distance. He is flying. Dave Leslie back in 16th has made up 14 spots. He's absolutely flying as well. And Tanked SRT saying all 6 cars just squeezed into gold tonight. So Tanked SRT, you're going to have a big showing in the gold series tonight. Going wide is James Rewalt. Wide in the background was McLaughlin as well. Good run into the infield now here at Texas. It's round 3 of this F3A Silver Series, with the gold coming up a little bit later on. I can see there's been a crash in the background. There's cars once again. Turn 1 has created issues. Lucas Burt was one of them. Who else? I think Kevin Little again involved in something down there. And Ben Johansson may have just squeezed through as well. So lots of issues. Now Barnes is, oh, that's broken. We got another crash. Bruce Barnes out of the race. Could we be on for our 4th caution in 20 minutes? It's going to make for a long night of gold if this is similar. And I think Ben Johansson is also bent, so he's off the track. He's in a bit of trouble too. So Johansson's off the track. Barnes is stuck. And I wonder if he may just get permission to tow here, because whether or not they want to go to a 4th caution, Barnes is now calling out to race control to ask to be allowed to get going. Meanwhile at the front, they're 2x2. Fighting hard. Guy Leach is in there as well. Sitting back in 4th position, getting a good view of what's going on in front as the leaders go side by side. Rewalt and Capone. Good fight between them. Rewalt now takes the lead for the first time. Up 1 position. Good getaway for the Pace Syndicate driver. Now he has Joey right behind him for RaceKraft Simulations. Then it's Hugh McLaughlin and Guy Leach. Brant Johnson in P5. Also Doing a beautiful job tonight. Hello, Keith. Welcome, mate. As onto the Thunderdome they go again. Flat out around this circuit. Let's see what sort of top speed they reach. In fact, we'll go back to the car behind because you'll get a little bit of assistance to the toe here, which will just up that top speed a little bit. 240 clicks as they round onto the pit straight. See the pit entry there as Hugh McLaughlin goes out wide. Almost hit the fence, Hugh McLaughlin. That was a big move and almost put it in the wall. 260 clicks. They wash off a bit of speed through the turns. Now McLaughlin will go wide to try and go around the outside under brakes. Big old move. Oh, and a shunt behind as well. Who was that? That was Brand Johnson, I think, and Guy Leach getting together. So Leach has been spun. He's facing the wrong way, and so is Johnson. And that's another nasty one. Asher Henley's also had a crash. And also Capone, who was leading the race, is off the circuit. So what's going on out there? A bit of oil on the track. They are struggling to keep this pointing in the right direction. So your race leader now, Rewalt, has got a bit of a margin, 4 seconds. And look at Capone now back in 19th place. That is unlucky. And with just on 12 minutes to go, probably thinking we're not going to get another safety car from there. Casey Atkins back in second place now, up 21 positions for Casey. So that's an awesome result so far. Another of the Pace Syndicate drivers. Not the best internet connection, so we'll drop back here to these Mark 1 Esports cars. I always think there's a couple of Renaults out there on the track when I see this livery. Where's Flavio? Where's Flavio? He's probably on the radio asking one of the back markers to stick it in the fence. What do you reckon? New fastest lap for Oscar as well, who had every shot of winning this race tonight, but 19th place. Does a 1 minute 12.2 on the restart lap there. Good lap. But well back. So the Mark 1 Esports cars in tandem at the moment, looking for a good result. Currently 3rd and 4th. Further back, Timothy Schmallenberg all over the back of John Lee now. This is one of the RaceKraft cars in front of the JWM Motorsport car, and you can also see the Pace Syndicate Zulu, Jason Madden, just up the road as well. Madden currently in 14th place, chasing down Lockie Taylor and Brad Hudson in the top 12. So James Rewalt running away with this at the front. The gap now 4.6, so even when in clear air here, being able to pull away and no resistance being shown. He is flying. Alright, so Spike wants a meow meow on this video. We'll give him a meow meow. Anything goes tonight. Is he still watching? He's got to spam the chat if he's still watching. Otherwise he doesn't get a meow meow. But James Rewalt, we'll get a meow meow as they come past the start finish line next time around. How good do they sound? We'll go to that shot on the wall because it's a ripper shot. It shows the real speed. They build the speed up as well, and you can hear them coming a mile away. So Rewalt just coming around to finish the lap now. Here he is. The leader's a while away. And here we go. Anything for Spike Goddard, absolute legend. Here we go. Johnny Lee up in 14th place now. We've got just on 9.5 minutes to go. Mabry's all over him and has got through, has he? Yes, he has, up into 14th. Now John Lee back to 15th place. That was a little bit of contact with Schmallenberg. Oh, and he gets poleaxed by someone else as well. I think it may have been Capone, was it? They've both got damage. John Lee broken front suspension, and he was minding his own business there. He got squeezed and he got turned around, and that's disappointing for Johnny. Back at the front, James Rewalt leads this one, and I don't think we're going to get another caution now. Right, we've got a big battle between Tim Fuge, Terra, Kim Walls, Ben Arthur, Ninza's there as well. There's about 6 or 7 cars here challenging 6th place. So this is where the action's at, so we'll stay here for a moment. And it's Andrew Lachlan at the front of this in the RaceKraft car trying to hold them off. They're dicing all over the back of him. Puff of smoke there. Tim Fuge almost got out of shape, but did well. Joe Terra has recovered back into 8th now. Behind him is Ben Arthur. Then Kim Walls up 10 spots into a top 10 position as well, ahead of Gavin Nins and Hudson. So this little battle is raging hot. And I think finally the tyres have got some temperature and they're keeping it on the racetrack. Big dive down the inside. Fuge with a huge move, and Fuge escorts Lachlan a little bit wide there. I wonder if he'll be a bit upset about that. He had to leave him room. And Tim Fuge goes up into 7th now. So Ben Arthur got a good look at that too. Wobbles as he gets onto the straight. Now he gets the power down. And here we go, we're right on board. Just watch the power of the toe. Flat out, we were on into the last 7 or so minutes of this race now. Rewalt, gap's still 5.7 seconds, so see you later, Alligator. He's out of here. Jeremy Greentree's now snuck up into the top 3 as well. That's mega, isn't it? 29 positions he's made up since the start of this race. Make that 22 because Atkinson has just disappeared off the screen. Atkinson, I think, has had a disconnection here, and that's going to be the end of Casey's race, so that's all over Red Rover. That puts Mickey up into P3, so I tell you what, never discount Mickey from being there after a hard effort here. Rubox fought back. That's after a couple of incidents, a couple of accidents. Now sitting in 3rd, just ahead of Justin Quinn by 2.2 seconds. And this will be a qualifier to go into gold again next week, where I reckon Mickey deserves to beat. There we go. We are flying here now. Those lap times are 1:13.3 last time around, is equal to the just as good as Greentree in front and Rewalt. Justin Quinn also matching that. Joe Terra's on a bit of a charge too. Terra has just gone over the timing strip 5/10 quicker than even your race leader, so absolutely moving now is Joe Terra. It's only a 1 second gap up the road to Quinn, and that is closing in. So Joe might fancy himself getting a top 4 tonight, even possibly a little bit better. It's 3.2 seconds up the road to Mickey. Then you got Fuge, who may be under investigation for that big dive bomb. Ben Arthur and Hudson back in 8th place. Lachlan, oh, there's another bomb. Arthur thought about it, then backed out at the last minute. Hudson, who's sitting in 8th place, the top JWM car at the moment, is ahead of Lachlan by just on half a second in the toes. Kim Walls as well. On board with Walls now. Drive-through penalty, Hugh McLaughlin for causing an incident on lap 13, so there you go. Hugh, he'll have to come and serve that now with 5 minutes to go. That will be a lot of pain. Now, I'm not seeing the leaders in the pits yet. There's quite a few drivers yet to make their stop. Rewalt's one of them. And I'll tell you who's in a pretty good position right now. Mickey. 8.2 seconds off the lead. Stopped on lap 4. Put 4 seconds worth of fuel in the car. And could we be seeing another Rubok victory tonight? We've got all the Mickey fans in the house. Oh hey, says Mickey, back in the top 5. Hell of a recovery drive. Is a hell of a recovery drive. Sure like the meow meows. Oh, that's good. I'm glad someone likes the meow meows. Cecile goes, let's go Mickey. So I'm just having a look at the pit strategy. Let's go to that quickly. And this tells the story, doesn't it? So the top driver yet to stop. Green Tree stopped on, well, started from the pit lane by what I'm reading on that. And Mickey, lap 4, should be right to the end. Now, Quain, Terror and Fuge all yet to stop. Whether or not they can get to the end without stopping because of those safety cars, that's possibly part of this strategy. Will they need to save some fuel though? Look at this, more fighting 3 wide. Nins, Walls and Madden, Walls around the outside. Kim hangs on, goes through. Wow, that's close between Nins as well. Gavin Nins all over the back. In fact, it was Madden, wasn't it? All over the back of Walls. I do apologise. Now down the inside, trying to squeeze through there. That's tight again. There was definitely wheel-to-wheel contact there between those two. It's not over yet. 32-minute mark of the race. Far out there, pushing hard. You think there's big money on offer tonight. Well, there is some contest you can enter. I haven't mentioned it yet, but the VRS contest tonight's code word is linked in the description. It is NIAGRA. For tonight, make sure you enter that. Our latest contestant is Glenn, and Olivia is there as well. Kevin, keep those entries coming through and win yourself a 1-year subscription to VRS. Big thanks to RaceKraft, of course, and lovely stickers. We'll talk about those in the break shortly as well, but just having a look at the lap times. A 12.9 was the last time around for your race leader. The gap's still increasing. It's going to be tight on fuel though, surely, with a couple to go. Schmallenberg just went off the track, came back on again, and Ben Arthur is under attack now from Tim Fuge. So remember, they need to complete 1 lap beyond the time limit. Usually it's pretty rare to get that time limit to expire right on the checker flag. So I'm having a look now. We may get 2 more laps in. They're about to come through. In fact, James has just crossed the line. So definitely 2 more laps in this race, and it's going to be tight on fuel for the race leader. Justin Quinn also in 4th place will be pretty tight on fuel, as will Joe Terra. They've yet to stop. Kim Fuge, another yet to stop, and then Lachlan and Nins in the top 10 haven't stopped. Now, if all of a sudden they start running out of fuel, we're going to see some drivers elevated quickly into the top 3. And keep your eye on this driver, Mickey, the crowd favourite, sitting back in P3, 8.7 off the lead, ready to pick up the scraps and possibly get a top step of the podium. It was sad to see Damien Cairns go out earlier with a big shunt, but he's back in 17th now. So didn't walk away, didn't give up. Has continued on and is pushing now back for another position around the outside of Kevin Little. And around the outside into the braking zone for 1 and holds it off. Sweep around there, get some good traction off the exit. Almost goes on the grass, but good overtake. Well executed. Right, Fuge just showed off the track, has gone off the track, gone around, so Fuge is out of contention now. Your race leader crosses the line to get the white flag. 1 to go now. And obviously not coming into the pits. So it's going to be this run to the flag. Mabry, Hudson and Wall still engaged in a battle back in the pack. Here we are. This is Hudson and Lachlan, who's just in front. You can see in the background Hudson and Walls. They're side by side. So are these two. Will this end in blows as they go down into the first corner, into the braking zone now? On the outside, the cave car swings around and in front. Good overtake. But back with your race leader. We're going to call this lap through. Will we start to hear a few splutters as the fuel runs dry? I don't think so. I reckon James is all right here. Let's have a listen for some fuel saving. I noted the last lap was a little bit slower. Bit of short shifting going on there. Bit of fuel saving as well. This is where you'd really hear it. Onto the straightaway. Short shifting again. Try not to use all the revs. Save as much fuel as possible. Just got to get it to the flag now. Not far to go. It's going to be a win, you know. James Rewalt. Hey, Syndicate driver. is going to take the checker tonight in a fantastic victory. And put your hands together. That is your winner for silver tonight. Rewalt gets it. Greentree comes across the line for P2. Jeremy Greentree from, starting outside the top 30. And Rubok comes across the line for P3 and celebrates. So Mickey on the podium again tonight. Fantastic drive considering Mickey was facing the wrong way at a couple of points in the race, and then had to basically get out of the way of a couple of incidents as somehow scrambled back onto the podium again. Emotional signs again from Mickey. What an absolute legend. And crowd favourite, broadcaster's favourite as well. Rowald with the win though, will take the flag, and we'll get down there shortly, do some interviews with the top three whilst we set up the next session, the gold session tonight. So don't go anywhere, that's coming back with you shortly. F3A powered by FRG. Race results coming up on the screen now, and there it is, 7.3 seconds. James Rewald takes the win over Jeremy Greentree and Mickey Rubok. Fantastic. We're going to head down shortly to chat to those three drivers. We then need to take a quick break whilst we set up the next service. So stay with me. Let's see if I can quickly grab the drivers now as we head across to the broadcast room and bring them in for a chat. So we'll start with James tonight. James, congratulations on a fantastic win, man. It was one of those races that had a lot of safety cars, a bit of patience required, but in the end, 7.3 seconds, walk in the park.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Crazy race. I think I went into it with the right mindset of just keeping clean and trying to stay out of trouble and see what happens, really. So, yeah, that's good to get a win.
Yeah, and just tell us about the conditions out there. Obviously, having to play it, sensible at the start. The tyres take a long time to come on song in these cars, and a lot of drivers forget that every week, but you didn't.
Yeah, seems to be that way. Particularly tonight, the track temps through the roof. So, being patient and just lifting little bits here and there to get through the laps, and then start pushing when you need to later on in the race.
Fantastic drive. We'll go to P3 because we don't have Jeremy with us. So P3, Mickey, congratulations on the podium again. Mega drive. Once again, more emotion as well at the end. Shows how important this is to you.
Hello, darling. I
Hello.
suppose I'll be able to ask for the usual soon.
Hey, back in gold next week, does that mean?
I hope so. If the rules are followed, yeah. Although it's pretty tough driving with all of those absolute lunatics at the top of the ladder sometimes, so...
It is crazy, but it's good to see. I mean, that was a tough race. You pushed around and had to avoid incidents, facing the wrong way, I think, at one point as well, but somehow got back to third, and that's with a pit stop as well.
If we have one skill in this car, it's coming back from tragic bad luck.
Yeah, plenty of bad luck, but like I said throughout the broadcast, you deserve it. You pushed on and didn't give up, and that's a key characteristic of what you got to do sometimes in this series, and smashed it back on for another podium. Awesome job. Quick word with Jeremy before we do some thank yous with the top three. But Jeremy, you did make it in for a quick chat. P2 tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks very much.
All right, let's do some thank yous because I've got to shoot across to the gold room. So first of all, James, for P1 tonight, who would you like to thank?
Thanks to the sponsors of Post Syndicate and all the boys in the team. Shout out to my brother. He's watching as well tonight. So, hopefully everyone enjoyed the broadcast and sit back and watch gold now.
Awesome, man. Jeremy, P2, who would you like to thank?
Yeah, just like to thank the team involved with Mac 1 Esports, sponsors Ingram Automotive, RaceKraft Simulators, Chink Shifters, and Joel Real Time.
Mega Drive, and then finally Mickey, who would you like to thank for P3 tonight, back on the podium?
I would love to thank the F3A staff, David, Ty, yourself, Luke, Rue, of course, anyone I've forgotten, our core sponsors, Certifiably Diverse, Marconi Setup Shop, Cadan Computers, and Go for the Gap, Prismatics Motorsports as a team, and of course, Perth Beer Services.
Fantastic drive tonight for all three of you. Well done, and we'll see you next week. Right, so James, Jeremy, and Mickey on the podium tonight. Fantastic effort, and in gold next week. We're going to go over now and get set for that gold round. It won't be long. I'll set up that server. Be back with you shortly. Part 2 of the evening now for the Australian Formula 3 E-Series F3A, powered by FRG tonight, round number 3 from Texas Motor Speedway, thanks to RaceKraft Simulators. And of course, RaceKraft Simulators getting on board as they do each time for this series, and giving such great support. VRS as well, you can win a prize tonight with VRS just by entering tonight's code word, which is Viagra. Sorry, it's Niagara. Gee, that N looks like a V from here. So Niagara tonight. Knew that joke wouldn't work. Put that down in the code word tonight. You can put Viagra as well, but put Niagara. I think that will get you through, and that should get you in the draw to win that fantastic $99 prize pool from fantastic people over at VRS. Also, big thanks to Lovely Stickers. There's a quick picture of some of the stuff they do. They've been a sponsor of this series now, and you can get full custom jobs, or else you can get your favourite F1 team or your favourite sporting team all over your sim rig, which is fantastic. So Lovely Stickers make sure you check them out as well. Let's take you down to the track now for the end of qualifying. And this is how it looks. We'll turn the music down, we'll turn the cars up. Just on 4 minutes to go in qualifying. We'll flick it over into quali mode, so we start to see a few sector times down the bottom. And Rob Bowden at the moment is sitting on top in that colourful tanked SRT car. We heard before on the chat that there was 6 SRT cars in the top split tonight. That's fantastic. Risto Gorman's out there as well, so we're going to have some of the beige brigade in the house. Will Ryan's currently circulating. Adam Gardner's just gone quick. And where does he end up? It's great to see Adam out there. And has he gone up towards the top with that one? I'm just seeing the times pop up now. Christopher Mitchell, currently P8. We will pop in and have a look at the RaceKraft drivers now and then. Kieran Ellis doing a nice job as well. Kieran, we heard from before, has been doing some real world racing and done a great job on the weekend. But oops, that's a bit of an off. Ouch. That's a bright shirt, mate, too. That's a ripper of a shirt. So we'll check in with Kieran a little bit later on, of course, as well. And Chris Mitchell out on the track, currently sitting in 5th place. See what he can do tonight. Like I said to him pre-race, definitely due for a good performance, working the wheel of that car. And with just on 4 minutes to go in qualifying, sitting P5, covered the top 5, covered by 0.3 of a second as he gets sideways out of the corner there. So really working hard. There was a car off on the infield there as well. These drivers are having to drive 10 tenths to try and get these around the track. Alex Newton currently sitting in 6th and getting a little bit of a tow off the back of Christopher Mitchell there, working together by the looks of things. And Benny Roberts once again inside the top 3. He's sitting in P2. Roberts at the moment. What can he do tonight as well? The 01, of course, our reigning champion in the machine, Colt Mini Muscle Cars machine, ahead of Chris Wiesel, who Century Batteries Pulse Racing team, also due for a good performance tonight. Alex Zanni P4, then it's Mitchell, Newton, Evans, Tiago sitting in 8th place ahead of Jack Mara, and then Anthony Mazzoka, your top 10 at this stage. Daniel Yeaman, good to see him out there racing tonight in this Beyond Blue Drop Bear Motorsport car. That's why they got the blue on the car. It used to be a red livery, now they've changed it in their support for Beyond Blue, which is fantastic, and they do a great job. Daniel does a fantastic job commentating over on SimSpeed and continues to show the love that he has for sim racing, motor racing in general, and he's a man of much knowledge. Good to see him currently sitting in 11th place. Sinisi sitting behind him in 12th place with Tyler Blackburn 13th. Riso Gorman, there he is, the beige machine, number 40. And sitting in 14th now. Nick Batrill sitting in 15th ahead of Scott Barton, and then you've got Butcher, Broad and Wooten, your top 19, just into the 20th. In fact, Brad Wooten just goes up into 11th now, so nice performance for a man that we've been seeing over in the MX-5 racing, haven't we? Wooten is putting on a great performance in the Roads to Rumble tonight, absolutely, getting a standing ovation there, goes within half a second of the top time in the F3A Gold. This is the best of the best, a minute and a half to go in qualifying. And then we're into a 50-minute race. Fuel stops will be required tonight. They didn't have to do a fuel stop in the first race tonight. Hey, where's this? Jamie's giving me a lesson on my last name, righto. Where's the lesson? Where do I go for this lesson? Fisbrummel? Fisbrummel. I'm going to say it with this accent. Fisbrummel. How's that, Jamie? Fisbrummel? I think that just rolls off the tongue beautifully. Thijs Brummel. He's probably joking. Get there one day. There's a lot of names. I remember the first time I did an F3A broadcast and I was like, oh my god, how am I going to even pronounce half of these names? So if you hear me saying a GS, that's just initials because I can't pronounce their full name. 100 points for trying. There you go. Get there one day. Rob Broden with a minute to go, half a minute to go in fact, holds the top time by 58 thousandths of a second over Roberts. I'm just watching. Roberts is on a lap. Broden possibly getting a little bit stuck behind his teammate here, or is he getting a tow to help him out? Roberts, is he getting any sort of tow? I don't think so. So he's in clear air. It's going to be Roberts that gets to the line first. Looking at the sector times, I'm not sure he's gone quicker, to be honest with you. He's gone yellow, green, yellow, so he's improved on the second sector and he's backed out of that lap now. This is the only, well, he's not going to need help now. He's going to take pole by 58 thousandths of a second, unless Wiesel can do something. He's on a lap 2. Just crossing the line now is Chris Wiesel. Roberts pits the car. Wiesel goes through to stay P3. Did he cross the line to get one more lap? And I'm not sure. I don't think so. Bowden goes into the fence and that lap won't count either. So Mitchell's backed out. Evans is also completing his lap, but I don't think he's going to improve. Stays P7, goes to the pit lane. If the name is German origin, it is pronounced E. That doesn't help me at all. E. That doesn't help me at all, sure. Spell it out for me. That's Court just putting in a bit of a protest post-quali here. So Ruse just confirmed that if you put Viagra in, that will get you an entry as well. So Viagra or Niagara tonight will both get you an entry into that VRS competition. So far we've got a few names popping in there, so make sure you get your entry in because you've got to be in it to win it. We'll draw that on the last round of the series. Righto, let's get set to go to the grid. Our final race of the night is round number 3 here for F3A in this American Tour. A lot of oval courses. This is the third race. Second oval after Kansas. Then we won Road America last week. Tonight, Texas Motor Speedway. Where else would you want to be than Texas Motor Speedway? You're live on Race Stars TV. We're going to go down to the grid shortly and get underway for this 50-minute event. This is how they will line up tonight off the front row. Rob Bowden, alongside him Benjamin Roberts. Wiesel will start alongside Zanny out of P4. Then it's Mitchell and Newton rounding out that top 6, and it's an all RaceKraft simulations of the row 3. Then it's Evans and Tiago out of P8. You got Jack Mara and Anthony Mazzocco out of the top 10. Blackburn and Wooten to round out your top 12. Just outside the 12, Daniel Yeaman and Alex Court. And you got Tyson Broad down there in 15th place. Sinisi down in 16th place with O'Gorman and Buttrell. Your top 18, Barton and Butcher. Barton and Butler in 20th place. Leonard and McGath rounding out your top 22. Jewell and Ellis down there in 24th place. Big grid of cars. Gardner starts from 25th with Will Ryan alongside him. Then it's Dave Clements and Craig Anspach to round out the 28. 29th on the grid. Lee Hardy with Kaylin Arthur. Then you got Hermanson, Clayton's down there in a 32nd. Cooper, Mikoloff down in 34th with Steen and Fit. And right at the back, it's Chris Barnes, Monday, Griffiths and Gallo. Lockie Capel once again in the safety car, hopefully not needed tonight. Let's get set to go racing.
And just a note on the last race, Silver was a cluster, so people were being too impatient, not remembering they're on a low downforce.
So final words being put through from Rue there in race control, just letting everyone know, look, take your time, be patient. You're not going to win this in the first corner. It's 50 minutes around this track tonight, so it's you're going to have to bide your time. There's a quick shot of the RaceKraft room. They're all getting set, 2 of them driving, and Joey sitting this one out. Obviously had a great run in silver, but then it all fell to bits, sadly. A couple of drivers just doing their final questions. That's Daniel Yeaman, question through to race control there. So looking down over this circuit from up in the grandstand, there's your pole sitter Rob Bowden. He has had some good performances. Can he get another one tonight? Will Benjamin Roberts from the outside get a better run down into turn 1? We'll know in about 30 seconds. It's a long hold on the grid. Riso Gorman hasn't come on to the grid yet. You can hear the cars idling away from the blimp. There's your pole sitter. Spaced apart from the other cars. As I said for the silver race tonight, you've got to make sure you don't get wheel spin. It will make the back of the car slide down that embankment. And from there on in, you're under a lot of pressure to try and recover, whilst there's a field of 30 or 40 angry cars behind you trying to squeeze through. So who's your money on tonight for this one? 3 minutes has passed. That means we're set to go racing. This is the F3A Gold, the best of the best now. and the revs start to rise. We watch the front row get set to get away, and we should get a green any second now, and they get away well. Oh, that was Roberts with a great start, launched out of P2 to go alongside down towards turn 1. In the background, they're jostling for position, side by side round the embankments here at Texas Motor Speedway. And look at Wazell trying to find a way through from P3 as well. He's tucked right up behind the race leader, and now into the braking zone. This is where you get nervous. There's a couple of cars have gone down. Someone's in the fence at the back. This could be a safety car. We expected it. Turn 1, there's 3 or 4 cars in this. Oh, and someone's just backed straight into another car there as well. And Wazell out in front. He got through okay, but will we go to full course caution here? So we're listing out for race control.
Car 39, turn 1, lap 1.
So Ellis reporting something at turn 1. Now we've got Bowden around. This is the man that sat top of the field.
91 limping home. Car 39 limping.
So there's a lot of cars limping. You can hear that. They're required to tell race control if they're limping home, which some of them have. Now, are we under full course caution? Doesn't appear to be. I think we've got away with that. So the start was aggressive and plenty of cars facing the wrong way, but it looks like everyone's been able to get it up and running again, which keeps us green. We cross the line. Wazell goes through flat out. Look at the speed back in the pack, too wide. And that is, I think, Tyson Broad. It is all over the back of Alex Court here, trying to find a way through. We'll jump on board with him. Almost loses it in the mid-corner there. See the big twitch, cold tyres. Now hard on the brakes. Goes down the inside of Buttrell. There's a bit of contact now. Will spin, a car in the background. Oh, Gorman goes around, unfortunately.
Race control, car 40, lap 2.
And I think by that call to race control, maybe thinks that there was a little bit of contact there as well, and drops all the way back down the field. So that's really unfortunate. Wazell leads the race, but not by much. What happened to... I'm trying to see what happened to the man with the number 1 on the car. He's dropped back a long way. Daniel Yeaman's jumped up to 5th place. And I'm just scanning all the way down. Find Benjamin Roberts. Where is he? He's either dropped right out of this field or I'm completely blind, but Roberts not showing on my timing screen. And has he appeared? Rob Bowden's dropped out. Steen's dropped out as well. And Benny Roberts. Oh, contact. That was Wazell. Big loss there as Alec goes through. Will they make contact? We've got a drive-through penalty for Adam Gardner. Incident lap 1. And Roberts all the way down in 18th place for him. So that's a long way back for him to try and work his way through the field. Further
Yeah, car 60 requesting tow as well.
Oh, we've got cars requesting tow, so we must have cars stricken out on the racetrack here. Robbie Griffiths is safety car, so he's somehow jumped the fence down there. It looks like a big shunt for him as well. And who else is out there? Jared Steen's moving. There was another car that was requesting a tow. Maybe they've kept it running, but this will bunch the field back up again now after what was a chaotic start. And we can try and have a look back at a few of those incidents.
Car 349, requesting tow. Stand by.
So let's go to a replay of the start. We'll try and pick up what's happened to Benjamin Roberts here, because he went from P2, got a fantastic start. Watch the launch off the grid here. Got it well hooked up, no wheel spin, launches away, and as he heads down towards turn 1, there's going to be I think some shenanigans, so let's just keep an eye on this. Wazell got a great run as well off the start, didn't he? This is a full replay of the start of this race. We'll watch Roberts now into the braking zone. Did he get tagged here on the inside? We'll go to a high shot and look. So the leader spun. Bowden, I think, spun by himself. That tags Roberts. Then the back end of the car just catches Roberts' car, which spins him around as well. And we missed that because it was out of shot in the original turn 1 angle that we had. But that just tells the story of why Roberts went all the way back as well. And you can see in the background more carnage as well from about 20th back. 4 or 5 cars involved in that one. So it was a chaotic start, just like we saw in the silver session. So back live behind the FRG safety car here. We can take a 2-minute break. Back with you shortly.
Safety cars coming in this side.
We're allowed to unlap ourselves?
No, miss the opportunity. Car 69, please hold speed at 180. At your discretion.
Right, so we wait for car 69 now to get going. This is Alec out in front. There he goes. So
Green.
grabs the gear, race control, calls green, and Chris Mitchell, who now sits up in P2, is in a prime position to try and sneak up and maybe get himself into the lead of this race on lap 5, going into lap 6. So nice job so far. He's got Daniel Yeaman, who's had a good start to the race, 2 up 10 positions. Kept his nose clean, did Yeaman. Holds back through the corner. We're on board with Mitchell now. Turns it in through this infield section. There's a spinner in the background. It's Sinisi's gone around, unfortunately. Jason on the chat predicts that maybe Yeaman might be on for a win tonight. I nearly fell back to my old Carbon Gaming Daniel Yeaman days there, but Yeaman up into 3rd place. Mitchell holding his own though, isn't he? But Daniel, I've got to say, it'd be fantastic to see him take a win. He's on form tonight. He's kept his nose clean. No damage on that car. He's got Jack Mara and Tiago behind him as well. Tyson Broad up 9 positions into the top 6. So flying along beautifully. But what has Alec got in the bag? Will he just try and run a fuel number now, or will he try and just eke out a bit of a lead? Thanks, Just Me. Appreciate the feedback. As we roll now 7 and a bit minutes into this race. Check out the speed as they go past the start finish. We've got 2 wide in the background here. I think this is Lee Hardy. Yeah, he's pushing really hard on the back of Reese O'Gorman. Oh, Gorman chops the nose off him. John Nikoloff's there as well. The After Dark Sim racing car. And such high speed wheel-to-wheel racing. Chris Wazell gets a drive-through penalty for... He's ejected, I call it, but yes, towed without permission. We'll need to do a drive-through penalty now. Alex Cord as well, up into 7th place. Starting to put a bit of impact on the back of Tyson Broad. There he is, has a little bit of a dummy to the inside, then tucks back into position. I've got to say the entry here onto the embankment, so much smoother than Kansas, where it almost ripped the car in half every time. The transition between the infield and the bank section was horrendous. Much neater here as the RaceKraft car leads this race by just on 0.4 of a second. Fastest lap of the race, 2 in clear air, so that's pretty impressive to do that without the tow. Jason says, I wonder if there's no stops possible at all with all the expected safety cars. Well, yeah, it'd be interesting. 4 safety cars we had in the silver 35-minute race, and they squeezed through without a stop. I think they'll probably need a stop, definitely in the gold, being that it is a 50-minute race. They do get to take on a little bit more fuel at the start though, so you just never know. It'll keep us guessing, that's for sure. New fastest lap of the race now for Trevor Leonard, who's back there in the RaceKraft car in 10th place, so that's a good effort too. RaceKraft Gold. I like how they've all got their little colour schemes on the back of Craig, and Spatch as well now, who's also chasing down McGetz and Alex Court. So this is just outside the top 7. McGetz has made up 14 spots into the top 8. Beautiful drive so far. Back to the front though. Let's have a look at Christopher Mitchell. Increasing pressure now coming from the back, and that is Daniel Yeaman. He's got a fantastic tow. Here he goes to the outside. Mitchell under pressure. Yeaman disappears back in behind him. Comes out of the toe again. Has to just keep showing the nose. Then he flies down the inside. Sorry, down the outside. Yeaman alongside now as we go into the infield. Good racing, and he gets the position done around the outside. Even Mitchell, you just saw a little bit of a smile there. I reckon he was pretty impressed with that move from Yeaman. That was an absolute class one around the outside. And we might try and get another look at that because they're the moves that you want to see. Very impressive. I'll show you on the small screen replay here. So we're on board at the time, but Mitchell was looking relaxed. Then all of a sudden, Yeaman's gone the big send. Found plenty of grip around the outside of the track too. Maybe other drivers might try that move if they knew how much grip was out there. You would generally think there's a lot of marbles and it's a little bit sketchy, but he made it look easy there. As Broad now goes wheel to wheel with Alex Court. Further back, this is Alex Newton, and he's fighting with Tyler Blackburn and Luke Fitt. Another of the cars back there is Brian Cooper, one of many tanked SRT cars tonight to get in on the Gold Series battle. Stay with these two for a moment because this is looking pretty juicy as they head down towards the start-finish line. Start another lap. Tyler Blackburn hanging on, and Brad Wooten, who's, like I said earlier, has been on form in the MX-5s, now sweeps through into the top 19. So good job for the 114. Holds it together under brakes as well as Alex Newton flashes away in front. Out in front, Yeaman now applying the pressure to your race leader. So this is where it's at. I reckon Yeaman's about to try and lead this one from the front. Question from Susie, did Roberts have another off? We haven't seen him, have we? He hasn't been there at all tonight. Roberts is down in 30th place and hasn't pitted, so just not a good night for Benjamin Roberts. There he is now on your screen. The reigning champion is 28 positions down into P30. So that's going to be a long, long ride home. He needs a couple of safety cars and a bit of good luck to follow through tonight. Meanwhile, at the front, they're wheel to wheel. Yeaman is going to try that move again, and Mitchell's going to go with him. Mitchell saw it unfold last time. I wonder if he'll try and go around the outside of both. And Mitchell back to the inside. How close is this? Oh, 3 wide as they go into the braking zone. And it's, Mitchell, Christopher Mitchell into the lead of the race. Wow, what a move. And there's a big smile on his face as well. He would have loved that one. As Yeaman comes back through now, up into P2 on Alex. They are absolutely swarming each other. That's some classic racing there. And what a bit of overtaking. Christopher Mitchell saw the opportunity and went straight through. Wow, that was good. Tiago starting to get in on the action too, P4. This is on board with him. He can see the drivers out in front racing in that classic Ayrton Senna livery on the helmet. That's right on board. What's going to happen this lap around? Will we see another change of the lead? Obviously the tow is so strong here tonight. We've got under investigation Scott Barton for an incident with Benjamin Roberts on lap 5 as well. So that's a bit of a cloud hanging over Scotty's head. He's enjoying this though, isn't he? Mitchell, here goes Yeaman to the outside again. Pressure's on. This is the move he pulled on him a couple of laps ago now. Will Mitchell have any? Oh, look at the speed of Alex. Oh, and he moves wide. Yeaman goes right around the outside. I think Yeaman's in deep. He just misses the fence there, Yeaman, but he's going to spin around, sadly. And, wow, did he just run out of space? Was he helped? Unfortunately, it's cost him dearly. He comes back out into the race in P8. Will we hear him on Channel Race Control saying, have a look at that one? I'm pretty sure it was a fair move, and he went to the outside and just ran out of road. But they are racing to the extreme, these guys. Tiago now up into P3 and right on the back of Alec and Christopher in the podium positions. Jack Mara's also starting to get a little bit closer as well whilst they battle in front. Jack's now got himself in the DSR car back within a second of this top 3. Tyson Broad back 2 seconds further up the road, and Alex Court now P6 with the After Dark Sim Racing team 2.6 seconds back from Jack Mara. So it's all starting to tighten up at the front. And here we go once again, Mitchell on the charge. So Mitchell back into the lead now on lap 12, 15 minutes into this 50-minute race. A long way to go. They are driving the tyres off these cars. Brad Wooten back in 19th has stopped on lap 2. Surely will need to stop again, you would think, if it stays green. As Alex Court now having a move on Tyson Broad. May look down the inside. Broad shuffles to the right-hand side to shut the door. He does just that. Number 2 car for Drop Bear Motorsport. He's got a little bit of damage on the front there. Court looks to the inside now, and I think that move might be done. It is. So Alec Court now up into 5th place. Beautiful little overtake. Flavio in the house. Hello, mate. Nice to have you watching. And Mitchell under pressure at the front again. As it's RaceKraft versus RaceKraft. So you got to remember, these are teammates. The last thing they want to do is get together. In fact, the top 3 all from RaceKraft now. And they will be talking, no doubt, just making sure that, okay, let's race hard and fair, but the last thing we need to do is wipe each other out. That will not be in the favour of our team boss back at the factory, as Broad's gone around there and slots back into 12th position. Some epic racing. Here's Wooten in a big train of cars now. Blackburn's behind him. Adam Gardner, who had to serve a penalty, is now there with Hermanson, who goes down the inside. Nice overtake. Hermanson moves up into 21st place now. Gardner, then Hardy and Pat Gallows there in the mix. Cooper, Kieran Ellis still in there, 26th place. Bailey Evans, then Roberts way back in 28th. Just out of this one tonight. Will Ryan currently in 33rd place. James is asking. There he is. So the 111 Pace Syndicate driver currently sitting 7 places back. I think was involved in a little scuffle earlier on. Unfortunately has dropped back down the order. Sure says, was that a blimp? Yep, that's our blimp. Up in the sky. There it is. You will see the blimp in some of the shots tonight. Way up in the sky. See it from this angle, I think. No, must be. There it is. Just in the background. There it is, up in the sky. How's that? There's their blimp cam. And Alex Court still under pressure here from Yeaman, who quickly is getting himself back up into this top 5. He's 6th place. What did he drop back to? Was it 12th or was it 8th? He dropped back from that lead battle. Didn't take long for him to work his way back through, so he's definitely got the bit between his teeth. And out in front, RaceKraft, wouldn't they be wrapped with a 1-2-3 if they could get there at this stage? It is 1-2-3, but Alec now comes through, challenges to the inside. Will they be shuffling around, just trying to even out the fuel load as well, even out the fuel saving, because one car can hang in the tow for a lap or two and save a bit of fuel. We might ride on board for a lap here with visor cam and Chris Mitchell here, just enjoy what it looks like from the driver's seat. Here we go. Beautiful overtake there. Mitchell back into the lead of the race, taking a big sip of his drink. as he goes under the back straight, you can just see he gets that minute or two just to relax. and doing a nice job. Trevor Leonard as well, another driver who is impressing me here. He's up 14 spots into 7th place. And Yeaman, I think I heard a little bit of radio chatter between himself and Alex Court, just saying, hey, let's get on and chase after Jack. So just, I think, talking about working together here to try and close that gap. It's 4.4 seconds to the man up the road, Jack Mara, DSR. And he is doing well tonight. Up 5 spots, and outside of, well, he's broken the toe to Yeaman, which is the important thing. He's trying to get into the toe of this man, Tiago, who's just under 1.1 seconds up the road. If he can get onto the back of that, we'll be able to close up. Sure said, yeah, we heard the slurp. Johnny Lee says, hey Luke, RaceKraft 123. I'm my pants. Yeah. Yep. It is on at the moment. What's the big bonus? Do they get $100,000 bonus for a 1-2-3 for the team? I reckon you should actually give yourself a bonus, Johnny. I reckon you should take yourself out for a nice dinner, a couple of glasses of wine on the house for fantastic performance by the team. And what do we got? 1, 2, 3 in the top 3, but then you've got Trevor Leonard sitting back in 7th, and Alex Newton and Jewel down in 15th and 16th as well. So racing very nicely. Good performance from DSR as well. In 5th place, of course, Drop Air Motorsports. Yeah, Daniel Yeaman in 6th. After Dark Sim Racing in 6th place now. Sorry, Yeaman's up in 5th. And then you've got Reese, McGats and Anspatch running 8th, 9th and 10th. Everything's starting to just spread out a little bit now at this stage of the race, as Alex Court and Trevor Leonard go wheel to wheel, and they're having a bit of a battle at this stage. Further back in the field, this is Alex Newton, RaceKraft versus Tyler Blackburn. Still having a good old ding-dong, these ones. And then right back, let's try and find Kieran Ellis, 24th, Bailey Evans, 25th, Adam Gardner, who we know served that drive-through penalty, sitting in 26th, ahead of Brad Wooten, and then John Monday up 10 spots, but running 28th. Chris Wazell, who's been in the wars tonight, sitting in 29th, and it's Chris Barnes to round out your top 30. So a long way back, followed by Anthony Mazzoka and then Will Ryan, Pace Syndicate, sitting in 32nd place. There he is on your screen now. Can you believe the pole sitter Rob Bowden sitting all the way back in 35th place? Probably a night he'd like to forget, but he's pushing on here. Still going for a result. Jesse Butler, 36th, and then it's Jared Steen. Alex Court is off the track here. Sorry, I got the hiccups.
Copy 147.
So here's Court. Now he's had a bit of an incident here with another driver, I think. Let's have a look. So it's down the back. I'm trying to see who's the one in front. It was it O'Gorman? No, it wasn't. Oh, he got clipped there, didn't he? So let's have a look at the onboard view. And that might be a drive-through penalty there for, I think it was O'Gorman, wasn't it? Look, the 40 car, yeah, straight into the back of him, which turns him around. So sadly, I think that could be a slam dunk trip through the pit lane for the number 40, Reese O'Gorman, which his fans will not be enjoying. And there it is, straight away. Race control all over it, and straight away it's come up on the screen. So drive-through penalty, car 40, for an incident on the previous lap. Back with your leaders, it's still Mitchell leading Zanny and Tiago, P3, 1.1 seconds, covers the top 3, all from RaceKraft Simulations. Absolutely loving this. Don't forget tonight to enter that code word for VRS, folks. It's the code word tonight is NIAGRA. NIAGRA. But Rue is also going to accept Viagra. So either of those, if you put those code words in tonight, you can go in the draw to win that $100 package from VRS, which if you love your iRacing, it's definitely something that will help you out. Doesn't matter how good you are, any extra help along the way with some coaching and telemetry, all that sort of stuff goes a long, long way. Big thanks to our sponsors as well. Of course, RaceKraft getting behind this, and lovely stickers, which I do have a quick photo. There it is. So lovely stickers. Go and check them out. Do some great stickers for your rigs. Apparently they're going to do some stickers for my 6-pack. Because I said to them, do you do good rig stickers? And they said, yep. Zanny P2, will he try and have a shot here on Mitchell? No, he doesn't. Holds position. His team leader looks pretty calm and collected. There he is, Christopher Mitchell. He's come back from a big working week, commentating, and now he's got an hour in the sim, he said. Not a big amount of time for practice, but enough time to get his eye. And Dave Clements is off the track now. Has he had a crash? There's a lot of smoke down there. There he is recovering. No, it was actually, yes, it was Dave Clements recovering. I think he's had a big spin down there coming onto the infield. Oh, and another one. So he's got issues there. I wonder if the tyres are absolutely cooked. And there was a lot of smoke, so if he bagged it up and spun it around to 180, that could be the reason. There's Roberts. Wow, down in 21st place. Roberts trying to sneak through here. He hasn't stopped either. I expected to see Roberts this far back with a couple of pit stops under his belt, but he has not stopped. So it's going to be a tough old night. We're just beyond the halfway point now, and plenty of time still. Oh boy, he almost got collected there by Clements, who's still struggling to get that car to turn, rotate and accelerate. He's now going to get overtaken here by Brian Cooper, who goes to the inside. Bailey Evans is watching on in the background. In fact, Bailey may go around both these drivers, jump on board with him. Bailey Evans, good run out of there. He almost went too wide on the entry, then absolutely nailed the exit and took the position away from Cooper. That was excellent to watch from on board. Just goes to show how different lines can sometimes play to your advantage. Jason says, are you saying we can get stickers of your abs to put on our rigs? Quality merch there. Absolutely not. Righto, they go side by side again. Mitchell and Alec. Mitchell just in front by a whisker, but his teammate hangs on the outside again. Nothing in it. I would love to jump in their ears right now and have a chat. I do not dare do so. But just be interesting to hear what the chit chat is between them. Half tempted just to unmute the headphones and have a listen. But there is a bit of chit chat going on. Thiago is still in the mix as well, only a second off the lead for our Brazilian man. Obviously being cheered on tonight by Flavio, who raced so gallantly in last season and unfortunately isn't with us for this season. But a big shout out to Flavio. We miss you, mate. Good that you can still tune in and watch. Thiago doing a good job at the moment, isn't he, for RaceKraft Gold? Going to go back to this battle. Back in 21st place, Dave Clements, Bailey Evans, and then Ryan Cooper and Reese O'Gorman. O'Gorman got back to 24th after that pit stop. He's carrying a fair bit of speed now, so you would expect he will come through. We got Wooten off the track, recovering down in 29th. I thought that might have been a chance for a safety car, but not as such. So I think a safety car would work wonders right now if we can maybe we get Flavio Briatore on the phone to try and help create a safety car here. This is Cooper on O'Gorman. O'Gorman got through, but Cooper's trying to take the place straight back. How close he is through the embankment here. It's a good shot from the drone camera, hard on the brakes to the inside. O'Gorman hangs on. swings back through. So his next target now is Bailey Evans, just up the road. Tiago's had a crash, is that right? There he is, spinning down, coming back onto the circuit in P4. So Tiago's had a moment down there. Let's have a look. Did he do that by himself? I reckon it's going to be another back end pendulum effect. Here it is. Just touched the grass on entry. Oh, almost caught up to his teammate there. That would have been a scary moment. Quick re-entry though, and didn't drop too many positions. So Jack Mara moves up now into P3. Tiago under pressure from Yeaman. Daniel Yeaman on board with him now. Here we go. This is for P4. Yeaman goes to that wide line. He's going to pull the move he pulled on Christopher Mitchell. He's going to try a switchback. Oh, wow. Tiago went straight off there, and Yeaman goes through. Tiago, in fact, went right around. He's facing the wrong way down there. He's got to try and recover this. Takes him a while to grab a gear, reverses the car, now gets away in P9. So went in way too deep there. Yeaman putting a load of pressure on him, and now Yeaman goes back into P4. So fantastic driving. Alec now leads the race from Mitchell P2. 0.4 of a second between the top two. Jack Mara sitting 2.4 seconds behind and just goes a little bit wide on entry there. Daniel Yeaman now 4.4 seconds behind these guys. So more incidents down the field there, and he's kept the motor running. He launches back out into 25th, but they went so well wheel to wheel, and unfortunately they came unstuck at the last minute, those two. John Nikoloff sitting in 10th place now, up 24 spots. He's just been chipping away. Currently pit strategy, nothing really to look at. That Gallows, oh, that's broken. This could be the safety car we wanted. He's going to try and drag it back to the pits, but it's going to be a long, long way back from there. This could close everything up. This also might see a flurry to the
control car 777 requesting car.
There you go. So here we go. Stand by for a safety car here.
Safety car.
There we go. This is what we wanted as fans, because it's going to bunch the field up, but you're going to see everyone jump in the pits. Now Roberts, I can tell you, is in the lane, and I think he's the first to jump in. This could work out in the favour of Benjamin Roberts here, and quite often he doesn't get a good run with safety cars, but tonight it was called just as he was getting to the pit entrance. And I tell you what, you've got to be on it. You've got to listen out for that requesting a tow, which Roberts has done, obviously, and the number one reigning champ has grabbed a great pit stop there. Rizzo, Gorman, Cooper, Jewell and Woodsell all jumped in there. There's a bit of a queue at the end of the pit straight. They've got to be careful on the exit. You can see Roberts actually held back there. Didn't want to overtake that car that was coming out of the pits, Evans, because if he did, it would have been a penalty, being that we're under full course caution here. So has that helped him out? The leaders are now in the pits. I don't think it will, you know, because they're going to be in and out before you know it. Mitchell comes in as well, so does Mara, Yeaman, Leonard. They're all going to be in the pits. Tiago's going to come in as well, Court, Nikoloff. So the whole field's streaming into the pits, and we'll keep an eye on some of those early stoppers to see where they end up after all this is said and done. Roberts is into 19th place. Where is he on the track? He's still on the infield, so. And John Nikoloff leads the race. Alex come out in what effectively is the lead, P2, but he's made his stop now, put in 5.3 seconds worth of fuel. Mitchell only putting in 4.4 seconds worth of fuel. Did Alec underfuel that car? Did Mitchell underfuel that car? Because Jack Mara put 6.7. Daniel Yeaman put 6.6. So So they've put a little bit more fuel in the car, expecting this to not have another safety car. Low fuel for Leonard as well. Maget's only put 4.5 in. Anspach 4.8. Tyson Broad put 7.2 in the car, so he can keep the boot into this now for a long time. There is the stricken Pat Gallo, unfortunately, out of this race.
Everyone can tow.
So under full course caution here, I'm going to take a 2-minute break, catch my breath.
Everyone on the lead lap.
And then while they do wave rounds, we'll come back for the restart shortly.
Lap traffic may now lap themselves to the right. Lap traffic may now lap themselves. Lap traffic, you may now unlap yourselves.
Showing up the lead lap.
Just a quick question there, Roo, because I'm not lapped, but I'm pretty out of position. Do I hold here?
You're a lap down. Car 69, please hold speed no more than 80.
Right, we're getting set for a restart here now. Lap 29 going to lap 30. We're just on 12 minutes to go in the race. Alex got the restart here. He'll have his teammate. I wonder if they're going to talk. Let's see if we can pick any of this up on the chat mic here. Whether or not they count 3, 2, 1, go to try and get a jump here on Jack Mara.
Green.
But this is where we're going to see a fight now, because the whole field compressed. Will we get another safety car? Will there be an incident here? Yeaman back into a beautiful spot now, P4. He's got a chance of attacking Mara. You can see 2 by 2, 3 wide in the background as well. But this is close on the restart, and well, Mara also with Yeaman on the outside. Yeaman's going to go that wide line. Oh, he almost locked up on the inside there. I think we got a crash in the background, a big crash in the background. Oh, 4 or 5 cars involved in that one. And unfortunately, I think Clayton is one of them. And O'Gorman involved in that too. There's Clayton. Yeah, he's off the track. And Butler as well. He's just coming through late, but... Oh, Dave Clements. Yeah, he's broken. He's trying to bring it home. Now, showing he's in the lead of the race, but I'm not sure if he's cut the field there. I think he might have somehow cut the course there, which is tricked everything. But Jewel not happy by the sounds of things. Alex still leads this race. And Evans, it is now letting race control know about the incident. So it's a big one. Mitchell attacking his teammate now. Yeaman goes through to P3. And in the background, they're 2 wide as well. Watch out, Trevor Leonard is getting involved in the action as well now. So we've got the 2 RaceKraft cars at the front fighting. Yeaman and Mara fighting for 3rd and 4th. And here comes Leonard onto the situation he is. And around the outside, cuts back in, tries a switch back on Mara, won't get enough traction that time. Into the infield we go, lap 31, 10 minutes to go in this race. Christopher Mitchell for RaceKraft leads. Like I said at the start, he's due for a good win tonight. He's due for a good performance, and he is delivering. He's got his teammate there. He's got under investigation Dave Clements and Reese O'Gorman for that incident on the restart, lap 30. Tyson Broad with Thiago, who's found himself back up into 6th place. For Thiago, that's a decent recovery. Reese is also up 14 spots into 8th place. Beautiful job. Tyson Broad, here we go, onto the outside. He's trying to chase down his teammate as well. He can see Daniel Yeaman on his relative up the road. He wants to be with Yeaman. He wants to try and get a couple of these drop bear cars into the top 5, and he's not far off it. New fastest lap of the race, Chris Mitchell leading, does a 1:11.6, so he's turned the wick up with full fuel in the car. Maybe it's telling him the fuel numbers are good now to the end and he can actually open this ride up. But he is pushing super hard at the front. Drive-through penalty. Dave Clements. As they sweep through into the infield again. Clements takes his medicine on the chin, says copy. He will need to drive through the pits now. Unfortunately, that's going to ruin his race.
Race control car 13, lap 30, final corner.
Newton calling out for race control now. Is he in a bit of trouble? There's a car backwards off the track.
13.
Sinisi's gone off the infield, back in the low 20 positions now. He's going to drop back to 25th.
Car 5, lap 2.
After that, and it sounds by the call out to race control that he might think someone else took him out as well. So Mitchell by 0.5 of a second just opened up a bit of a gap. Both himself and Daniel Yeaman, who's now in P2, almost to the 100th of a second matched each other's lap time on that previous lap with a 1:11.6. The only two drivers into the 1:11s. They are screaming along, and Daniel Yeaman is starting to reel him in. This could be really interesting between these two. Are we going to see Daniel Yeaman sneak through for a win tonight? He's got Mitchell lined up. Watch this into the braking zone. He loves the outside. Mitchell will be well aware of that now. He's already caught him napping once tonight around the outside. He won't let him do that again. But how much is Mitchell willing to defend here and get the elbows out? Will it cost him too much time? To Alex, who's right in the toe of Yeaman, Mara as well. In fact, we've got a big train of cars forming behind these leaders. Look at this. There's a good 10 or so cars now inside a gap of 5 seconds. You do not want to tangle at this stage of the race and find yourself dropping out of the top 10. Aaron Gray saying, why is Robert so far back? He got caught up in an incident lap 1. Unfortunately, he's just taken a long time to recover. He's P11 now, so he's on the fringes of the top 10. Luke Fitt off the track as well now. He's dropped well back. But yeah, it's just taking him a long time to recover back through this busy field of 40 drivers tonight. And as we head into this last 7 minutes of the race, who is going to win? Shout out to Dave Roberts, says sitting up in hospital watching, missing being part of it tonight. Awesome race. See you next week. Dave, hope you're all right, mate. Sending our best wishes to you. And all the love from the FRG, F3A community. Oh, big wobble there for Yeaman, who's putting a move on now. He's going to try and sneak down the inside on Mitchell, which I think he's been able to do. He has. Good overtake. Daniel Yeaman now leads this race. And, well, that's the second time he's been able to pull off a pretty decent overtake on Mitchell, who's straight away trying to fight it back. Looks to the inside, thinks better of it in the background. Zanny and Maris still fighting over 3rd and 4th. And Leonard's now dropped off the back of this top 4 battle. Having a look at the lap times, last time around 11.6 it was for Yeaman, 11.8 for Mitchell. Drop Bear Motorsport, Beyond Blue, they've raised a heap of money for Beyond Blue, these guys. Great to see that initiative being taken in sim racing, and Daniel, massive ambassador for it, has really pushed on. Here comes Mitchell again to the outside now. Getting a bit of a side draft. There's the blimp up in the background again. Good shot. The sunlight gleaming off our camera lens. And Mitchell, which way will he go? Will he sneak back down the inside? He does. Mitchell swings to the inside, goes to the overtake. On the inside run, you see him just look over there. He looked over at Yeaman from inside the car as we get a drive-through penalty for Craig Anspach as well. That was a great shot, wasn't it? You could just see the way Mitchell head turned across to the car next to him. How can I show you that in a full screen replay? Here we go. I got ways. So just watch this. Watch on the Mitchell's car as he swings back onto the inside. Just watch the way his head turns mid-corner, right. I'll tell you when. There it was. Just had a look over. And he looks straight again. Concentrates on what's going on in front. So it's busy. And the race lead goes back into the favour of Daniel Yeaman on lap 35. Under 5 minutes to go now. It's going to be a 2-horse race at the front. They've dropped Jack now. I think he's almost outside the toe. And Alex from RaceKraft is trying to get onto the back of him. And here we go. Oh, Mara almost puts a wheel on the dirt there. I tell you what. The Gold Guys again tonight. It's been some serious wheel-to-wheel racing. And we hope it can finish like this as well with under 5 to go, 4 minutes to go. Mitchell back into the lead of the race, or is he? Yeaman's trying to hang on the inside. They are super close, these two. And Mitchell, oh, that's so close. And Mitchell goes back to P2. See the way he had to grab the wheel then and work it. He is putting in 10 cents here, and Yeaman at the moment has an answer for everything. So he'll be sucking in the big ones now, Chris Mitchell. Trying to concentrate. Oh, a big dive bomb to the inside. He's gone very deep in there. He keeps it off the fence, does he? He does. Takes a few cones with him. He drops back to P4.
Holy torpedo, Chris.
Yeaman says, holy torpedo.
That was more of a brain fade. Sorry, mate.
And
We're all good, man. Good avoidance.
Wow. That was so close to being a huge accident, but Daniel Yeaman avoided it. And Yeaman now with the 0.6 of a second lead with 3 to go, 3 minutes to go. Looking pretty comfortable. Mara goes up into second. He's under attack from Zanny, and here comes Chris Mitchell again. Let's jump back on board with him. He might try and go down the inside on both of these drivers. He's got his teammate on the outside. He's got to be careful there. He gets through nicely, and Mara as well. Oh, and he spins it round. Mitchell spins the car around. Backwards off into the grass, unfortunately. And all that hard work comes undone for Chris. Wow, could he have been a little bit more patient there? We'll never know. But the tyre's red hot. I wonder if that has a bit to do with going wide previously, whether or not he had a bit of pickup on those tyres. But unfortunately for Mitchell, that's put him out of the points finish, and that's helped Daniel Yeaman a bit of the pressure, I think, come off with 2.5 minutes to go. Yeaman, Mara and Zanny. It looks like it's going to be a podium, but you never know. Tyson Broad is not too far off the back of this as well. Could yet be 2 drop bear cars into the top 3.
Car 47, lap 37.
We've got slow moving cars down there. What's going on here? Not sure if they're trying to redress those cars, but Reese is in a bit of trouble. Oh no, he's got broken suspension, broken rear left suspension there, so he's trying to wobble that back to the pits. That's why he's moving so slowly. So hopefully that doesn't fail altogether. You can see it's pulled right off from the wishbones. Entertaining race, so as we come down to the last couple of laps, we should get one more lap after this one. And that'll bring what's been a great night of racing to a close here for F3 once again. Round number 3 of the All-American Tour, powered by FRG, of course, Formula Racing Group. If you want to be involved in this series, got to get out there and try and pre-qualify and get in for a race. Don't forget too, the code word for tonight, NIAGRA. Put that into the link that's in the description. You could win yourself a $100 package from VRS as they get the blanket approval to tow for the rest of the race. What has Alec from RaceKraft got up his sleeve here? He looks to the inside of Jack Mara, and he should be able to get through there, which he does. We've got a crash in back play. 2 cars involved in that one. And where's Daniel Yeaman? He's not too far off that part of the racetrack, so he'll be hoping that's clear by the time he gets around. He gets the white flag. 1 to go for Daniel Yeaman to take what will be a fantastic victory for him tonight. If he can just get through this last part of the lap cleanly. That's where the incident was. That's all clear now. Back to green flag racing. And in the background now, 1.2 seconds back up the road, it's Alec Zanny and then Jack Mara. I don't think Tyson Broad's going to be able to catch him now to challenge for that podium. Good drive for Ben Roberts back into 7th place, so he's managed to get a few positions back. He's ahead of Christopher Mitchell there, and also Hermanson was inside the top 10 after the race. He said that's a good performance too. But take nothing away from this. He's just got the Thunderdome to go, the outside, the Super Speedway here at Texas to take a win tonight. And Daniel Yeaman deserves every part of it. He has driven superbly, and we will speak to him shortly because he will be on the top step tonight. The highest honour here for tonight's gold race. The checker flag drops and Daniel Yeaman from Drop Bear Motorsport takes the win in round number 3 here. Alex Zanni gets P2 ahead of Jack Mara. What a performance. We will go through for some full interviews shortly. We'll wrap it all up here. We'll get it to talk to Rue as well, so don't go anywhere. And we'll wrap up what's been a big night of racing here from Texas, and what a good effort. Daniel Yeaman takes the win. Race results come up on the screen now. Thanks to iRacing, a 1 second win there for Daniel Yeaman over Alec Zanni, and then it was Jack Murray, your top 3. Tyson Broad just missing out. Tyler Blackburn, P5. Court, Roberts, Mitchell, Hermanson, and Wazell, your top 10. As we fire back through the rest of the results, you can see your favourite drivers. We're going to get them in for a chat shortly, but, well, lap it up. Daniel Yeaman puts on a couple of skits for us all to enjoy here after a fantastic win. Right, let's head across now to the broadcast booth and bring him in for a chat. And massive congratulations on a fantastic win tonight. Daniel, well done, mate. You deserve that. That was some hard-fought racing.
First, oh, you can hear me. Good. Well, this Discord's saying you can hear me.
Loud and clear, yep.
Lovely, yeah. Fortunately, new headset drummers and little boggles. I also put my camera on, so...
Hey, there we go. Yep. No, give us another wave, because now we can see you.
Daniel, man. Hey, there we go. Awesome. Thanks, Luke. Yeah, I mean, first time back in the F3 for a couple of weeks now. This is going to be a part-time gig for season 11, thanks to what I'm already doing on Tuesdays and for next list and through to the end of October. So here tonight just to sort of get my eye in and see how we're going. And yeah, qualifying wasn't great, but able to get up the field there on lap 1 and look after the car. There was obviously that mistake there fighting Alec and Chris early on. But yeah, that's just one of those little things. Just got a bit fortunate with the safety car. Did take tyres at the safety car for this one, which I've never ever done in an F3A race before for reference. But I thought it's a warm track today. Let's do something a little bit different. Had a bit of time behind me and didn't lose any spots by doing it. And so, yeah, able to get back up to Chris and Alec, and also Jack. I'll get through with him. So credit to all the boys there for the racing up front. That was really clean all the way through, from what I could see at least. Unfortunate to Chris Whitesell. Lost him there from the front early on. I reckon he would have been another solid top 5 contender there. So definitely lost chance there perhaps to him. But all things considered, yeah, great to be able to get back up here and put on a good show for everyone and do myself a good start here.
Perfect, man. And yeah, not an extra, not a huge amount of time for the tyres by the looks of it. 6.6 seconds in the pits.
Yeah, so the tyres in this car are done at the same time as refueling.
Yep.
And so we're already taking about 3.5, 4 seconds of fuel. So I was like, look, going to lose, 1.5, 2 seconds stationary. I think I can afford that. And turns out I could. I think I saw Jack also took tyres based on my pit timing display. So I was like willing to have a gamble there. And yeah, looks like it paid off. Felt pretty good after about a lap there after this restart to just warm things back up again.
Yeah, my mate Spike Goddard, who watches sometimes, he raced F3 over in Europe. He says it's always funny that these guys refuel their F3 cars because they never do that in the real world.
Yeah, that's the strategy call here from Rue to force it on refueling with pit limit. Actually, yeah, I don't think I've apart from iRacing officials, you never refuel, but all the league racing I've ever done in this car has always needed the pit stop. Whether it's been F3A here a couple of seasons now, whether it was the Motorsport Australia qualifying series I had a stab at last month and through August and September as well there. So yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of the thing that we like to do on the sim because the tyres, they're pretty good, but you can easily burn them up if you're too aggressive, and it felt like maybe some of the guys were pushing pretty hard early on there.
Does make it exciting. We love the pit stops. Alec, well done, mate, for P2 as well. Have a quick chat to you. Had some good battles as well with your teammate, but also with Daniel.
Yeah, that was absolutely awesome, really. My first ever podium in any of these sort of events, so huge congratulations to Daniel. He absolutely smashed it. There was no way I was keeping up with those overtakes around the outside. There was no way. But yeah, me and Chris tried to work to create a bit of a gap, but the safety car kind of messed that little margin we had up. But we were still on there for a really good, two RaceKraft drivers in the top 4, and then Chris had that little spin at the end. But yeah, that was just an awesome race. Big thanks to John Lee. If it wasn't for him and his equipments here at RaceKraft Simulations, I wouldn't be able to do this. Just awesome.
No, that's Mega and John. What a great ambassador he is for sim racing, but also getting behind this great team and so many drivers also being a part of RaceKraft. It's good to see you all out there. So well done. We'll do some thank yous shortly. We'll go to Jack for P3. Jack, you also were involved in the big battles there towards the end, mate. Congratulations on a podium.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, happy days. Back on the podium. Can't complain. Couldn't keep up with Daniel, mate. He was ripping, so I just had to let him go by every time. So try to follow you through. But no, it was awesome. Lucky to keep out a bit of trouble. Saw a few of the other guys had some troubles early on, so it was just keep it on the circuit and bring it home to the flag.
Yeah, you had to keep your wits about you. It's a very busy turn 1 here, and this racetrack in general. Some pinch points that we saw, some big accidents. So well done. Getting the car home nice and clean with a P3. Let's go through the top 3, do some thank yous, starting with you, Daniel. Who would you like to thank?
Yeah, first of all, to the boys at Drop M Motorsport, as always, big thanks to them for being part of the team with us throughout the years. To the team partners, Nkosi Engineering Solutions, Sam Blacklock Media, Hybrid Racing Simulations, and Revolution Race Gear. Big thanks to all of those guys for continuing to support us through 2022. Still rocking the Beyond Blue for the rest of the year, so going to add a bit more money to the donation tally for that one there. We've just cracked $1,000, although we've also got to go back on that one and add a few things from some results earlier on this year. But so still fundraising for the Beyond Blue crew, and yeah, looking forward to hoping when I come back in a couple of weeks' time to bring out the final couple of rounds of the series when I'm available to again. Hopefully maybe put a couple more results on the board then.
Well done, Daniel. Congratulations. Alec, who would you like to thank, mate? P2.
Yeah, as I said earlier, huge thank you to John Lee. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here. So huge thanks to him. Thank you to Easy Tax for the sponsorship all through my sort of motorsport stuff. So, and big ups to the guys running this event at FRG. It was absolutely awesome. And cheers to you for doing all this sick, live streaming stuff. So really appreciate it. Really good event.
Thanks, mate. Welcome. And Jack, finally, P3. Who would you like to thank, buddy?
Right, so this week on the car, of course, it's Snacky Changy chips, but this time we've got the barbecue flavour on the side pods.
Woohoo!
The barbecue flavour is the Texas Ranch Slider style.
Nice.
I have no idea what that means. Uncle Kenny's, he's away with the fairies, he's come up with the flavour, but it tastes bloody good, so we'll have to... I'm waiting on some shipping details, mate, so we'll once we get those in, coming your way.
I heard Uncle Kenny can just light that barbecue just by looking at it.
Oh, if you can, mate.
Awesome, man. Righto, well done tonight, and congratulations on your top 3. Rue, another good night of racing, mate. It was chaotic out there, but some of the wheel-to-wheel action between, especially Daniel, Chris Mitchell, and Alex and Jack was incredible. Hey, Rue.
He's run away.
No, I'm here. I hit the wrong button. No, that was amazing. It was a bit of a yo-yo kind of situation going on with Daniel going, losing a few places there, and then fighting it back, which was awesome to see. It was good to see Benny go back down to, well, it wasn't good to see him go back to 28th, but good to see him come back up.
He fought back.
Yeah, he did, and it's just fighting all the way through, so we're really happy with the gold split. Silver was really chaotic. I started getting a bit salty on that one, but I just let him go, blanket approval of toe. I just wanted them to race. But it was good to see the gold pull through and show something really special.
Did you go salty like vinegar and salt chips?
Oh, yeah. The saltiest.
That's awesome. No, but
I think we're all on Snacker Changi, aren't we?
Oh man, can't wait. I've got to get those details because I keep seeing it, but I'm so busy I don't get on Discord much, and I've got to get those details across because I'm keen to check out some barbecue ones too now.
We've got to get photos before the end of the season.
I want to see Uncle Kenny. I want to meet Uncle Kenny. Where have I got to go, Jack, to meet Uncle Kenny?
I don't know. He's a bit of a mythical bloke. The rumour is he's like 860 years old, so I don't know if we'll ever come across him.
Yeah, right. Oh, we'll find him somewhere. But Roo, before we wrap it up tonight, mate, good racing all around. Love this series, and big thanks to the sponsors again, RaceKraft, and of course VRS. With tonight's code word is NIAGRA.
NIAGRA, yeah, or Viagra. We'll accept that one as well. So yeah, it's a good entry, that one.
Very good. All right, keep them coming in, and we're next week off to
Mid-Ohio.
Okay, so back to a more traditional racetrack next week, which will be excellent.
Yeah, so that one's a lot of undulation. You've got that little right-hander towards the end that gets a little bit wobbly, and should be fun for all.
It should be great. Enjoying it. All right, thanks, Roo, for all your hard work, and to the boys in race control as well. And a big shout out to Dave Roberts, who's watching tonight from hospital. Hope you get well, mate. We love you, and yeah, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, man. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, boys. See ya.
Bye.
That's it for tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in, being a part of the broadcast. Big thanks to everyone that chucked a few stars in as well. You're absolutely star legends. But we'll be back same time, same place, 8 o'clock next Tuesday for F3A round number 4. That is round number 3. Run done. Catch you later. Good night.